Hello, my name is Shannon Reynolds. This is Natalia Rosio, and today we just wanted to take some time to talk to you about financial literacy and understanding the financial aid process. Um, we are from CHESLA, Connecticut Higher Education Supplemental Loan Authority, and today we're going to just be talking about choosing a school to attend, applying for financial aid, understanding your financial award letter, covering the full cost of attendance, and then, of course, frequently asked questions. Who is CHESLA? Again, we are the Connecticut Higher Education Supplemental Loan Authority. We have a variety of different programs, financial literacy portal called CT Dollars and Cents, need-based scholarships. We do student loans, and also we refinance student loans as well. Before we get started in this presentation, we kind of just wanted to discuss our personal stories and how me and Natalia are on complete different parts of the spectrum. I have an excessive amount of student loan debt. Natalia is debt-free. Together, we are just so passionate about just giving you guys the tools and the resources you need to make the best decisions for you and your family. Natalia, take it away.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is choosing which school to attend. The first thing to consider is in-state tuition versus out-of-state tuition. There is a huge difference in whether you decide to stay in-state or go out-of-state, and public versus private is also a big difference. So you can look at these prices and see the significant difference between a public 2-year college and a private 4-year college and everything in between. And then we have a list of Connecticut institutions and their prices. Because we are based in Connecticut, these are, the most popular schools that students usually choose, and you can see their in-state tuition and out-of-state tuition costs. And here we just have examples of University of Florida and University of North Carolina. These are two schools that are pretty popular, and you can see the difference between in-state costs and out-of-state costs. So if you're a Connecticut student looking to go to one of these schools, you can see the difference between the price that you would have to pay compared to a Florida resident or a North Carolina resident. And applying for financial aid is the next step. So once you decide which schools you're interested in and apply for them, you will move on to the financial aid process. So first, you just apply for the FAFSA. It's the free application for federal student aid. It's used to determine federal and state eligibility for need-based aid, and institutions use it as well for their scholarships or some of their grants. It is free to apply, so definitely apply. It usually takes about 23 minutes to fill out. And the factors affecting the award are student parent income, the number in your household, the number in your college, etc. And it opens on October 1st every year, so the sooner you fill it out, the better. And to complete the FAFSA, here are some of the most important items that you'll have to have with you. So once you apply for financial aid and you get accepted into an institution, they'll send you your acceptance letter and then most likely your financial aid award letter, which is also called a shopping sheet in some schools. And basically it'll just list your financial aid awards. Once you decide which school you want to go to, you have to accept or deny the financial aid options that they offer to you. And you definitely do not have to accept everything that they offered, because there will be loans listed on the financial aid award letter as well. And Shannon will talk more in depth about the potential financial aid awards.
So as Natalia was saying, there are potential financial awards that you can see on your financial award letter. One being grants, which are usually based on financial need. You can see the federal Pell Grants, the Roberta B. Willis Scholarship Grant, university grants. Again, that's usually based off of need. And then you could also see university scholarships, which are usually awarded for, scholastic or athletic achievement. You can, additionally, from seeing it to universities, you also can get it from external sources that won't be on the actual award letter, but you can also get scholarships from stores, local businesses, churches, your parents' jobs, online resources. I know that CHESLA has a financial literacy portal called CT Dollars and Cents, that we do have a scholarship center there. I know that schools usually have scholarship portals. So there's definitely an array of opportunities for you to get scholarships that are external that won't be included on your actual award letter. But universities do hand out scholarships. And then for work study is something you have to opt in for on FAFSA. And that is a potential for you to work on campus and get an estimated amount of money that is posted on your financial award letter. That money is not guaranteed. So you have to apply for a job, you have to get accepted as a position at the job, and then you have the potential to earn a certain amount of money, if not more. So when you see that on your financial award letter, you don't want to necessarily count that money because it's not guaranteed. It's just a potential for you to earn that if you do find work on campus. So you'll also see federal loans on your award letter, or you can see it. And there's two types of federal loans. You have the sub and unsubsidized loans. And for the subsidized loans, basically, that means that the government will pay the interest on that loan while you're in school and in deferment. And the unsubsidized loans means that so that's the only difference, that you're paying the interest while you're in school and in deferment. So that's the only difference between the two. Both of those loans have borrowing limits per year. And on the next slide, you'll see the annual maximums allowed for each federal loan. And that is kind of what the max you'll be able to get for a year.
So now we're going to do a quick example with this fake student. So basically you see a financial aid award letter on the right side, and it shows you the estimated cost of attendance. It shows you all of the awards that you were given. And this is what you're going to do when you receive these financial aid award letters. So first you take that cost of attendance listed, which is $38,400, and then you subtract any grants and scholarships that you received. And like Shannon talked about, we do not include work study because it's not actual money that you're getting. And so you subtract that out of the cost of attendance, and you're left with the out-of-pocket cost of about $20,000. And this is an annual number, so that would be the out-of-pocket cost almost every year, but it might change slightly depending on your awards every year. So when you do have that balance, so you have that 20,000 or whatever your number is that you have to cover, here are the options you have for covering the full cost of that attendance.
So basically, if you have a savings, you can use that. Again, mentioning outside scholarships that you can utilize. You can, if it's a small amount, you can have payment plans. As we already discussed, there's federal loan opportunities for you, but again, those are whatever works for you and your family. And then private loans would be the last step. So in regards to external scholarships, like I mentioned before, CHESLA does have an annual scholarship that we do. In 2019, we awarded over $500,000 to students. It opens up in March annually, and it closes in May. So this year is closed, but we do offer this annually. So talking about private loans, and I just want to say that obviously, it's your personal decision, it's your family's decision, but schools are expensive. And while we would hope that you can afford the schools, loans are something that we understand that you have to take out sometimes. So we just want to give you the resources and the tools to make the best decisions for you. So we advise you kind of take advantage of the federal loans first, and then kind of look at private loans if you need to. For private loans, you don't need to fill out the FAFSA, so that's the difference. There are many different options for you in regards to who could be the provider for your loan. As I mentioned before, CHESLA, we are a nonprofit, but we do student loans. There's a bunch of for-profit companies that also do student loans: Sallie Mae, Discover, Citizens Bank. Again, you have a lot of different options. What we do want you to consider when you're looking at your options is compare the interest rates. Variable rates, meaning that your interest rate can vary at any point in time during the loan until you pay it off. So you can start off with a 4% interest rate and end up with a 15.95 interest rate. There is no cap, there is no limit. We advise that you not take out those loans with variable interest rates if you can. And then for fixed interest rates, that is what CHESLA provides when we do loans. This interest rate, once you sign on the dotted line, that is the interest rate you will have for the life of the loan. Those are the two options we want you to be aware of when you're looking at loans. All right. Common question we get is, should I pay interest while I'm in school? Some loan programs, as CHESLA, do require interest-only payments because you don't want it to accrue, and then you're on top of your loan that you took out. That is what you also have to pay. So we have a really fun exercise that you can do later with your family when you're talking about making interest-only payments. You can see the difference between what it will cost you if you do pay the interest while you're in school versus what it will cost you if you do not pay anything and pay any of the interest while you're in school. So in your free time, the attached or the PDF that we're going to give you with this presentation, you can use this link above, using your financial award letter or an estimate, input how much you need to borrow, use a couple of different fixed interest rates, and then after calculating, you can discuss with your family, how much the difference would be if you do take opportunities to pay the interest or if you don't. So it's a really fun activity we think you would love.
Okay, so these are the most frequently asked questions that we receive at CHESLA about financial aid. So the first one is, should I still apply for the FAFSA if I think my family makes too much money? So the answer is yes. Even if you think your household income is too high to qualify for federal grants, I would definitely still encourage you to apply. There's no harm in applying. It's free and it only takes about 23 minutes. And some universities require you to fill out the FAFSA to determine scholarship eligibility. So there's no harm, like I said, and definitely apply. The next question, besides federal grants and loans, where can I go to find college financial aid? Like Shannon mentioned before, students can receive financial aid from the institution they are attending. So definitely visit your financial aid office and talk to them about what else is eligible for you. And then there's state agencies like CHESLA and then community organizations that are looking to help students. The third question, besides tuition and fees, room and board, what else should I include in my budget? So be sure you're budgeting for your living expenses, your textbooks and supplies, transportation, travel home if you're living on campus, and emergencies. In some cases, you might have to purchase certain supplies specific to your program that aren't included in the total cost of education when you receive it. And then the last question, are there prepayment penalties for student loans? So for both federal and private student loans, lenders are banned from any prepayment penalties.
All right, guys. So quiz time. After we're done with this presentation, we advise you to take this quiz and see how much you learn, see how much knowledge you take away from this financial aid presentation. So a couple of resources. I know this is a lot and it's a very stressful time for a lot of people. We just want to go through some resources for you that you can take away and use at any time. Again, CHESLA has a financial literacy portal called CT Dollars and Cents that has a scholarship center, a bunch of financial aid articles and different information. Like the calculator that we did, the interest, there's other calculators where you can figure out what your loan payments would be, and if your future job that you plan to have, your future income would be able to pay back those loan payments that you're taking out. An additional resources when we're talking about loans, again, I said, sometimes you just need to take out loans and that's okay. We just want to give you the right tools. This is for you, not-for-profit, is nonprofit agencies that do student loans. Basically, you just type in the state that you live in and the state that you're looking to go to school in, and it will give you the best nonprofits for you in that, or that qualify you in that area. And then again, we want to give you all the resources we can. So this is all the resource links. There's videos on the financial aid process, reading your award letters, work study, a whole bunch of links for you here. We included the PACT link because community college at this right now is free community college in the state of Connecticut. So that has all the updates for you there. We also included loan refinancing as well. So again, this is a lot. We understand, the trying times. We hope that you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. We would love your feedback on this presentation. Also, in addition, if you have specific questions for you and your family in regards to taking out loans, financial aid process, there is an area for you there to give us your questions. We will either call you or email you, however you want us to reach out to you. So thank you for your time, and we appreciate you looking at this presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.